Cool.
I'm just going live.
Yeah.
Do you recognise this music?
I certainly do. Some lovely pads.
It's a lovely pad, isn't it?
I think this is good. Excellent health of the stream. Let's have this down here. Cool. Shrink that.
Yeah, I'm live now. Evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. We're just setting up for the stream today.
Hey, Mr. Grooves.
Feedback stream number 2.
Feedback stream 2 of 2 so far.
2 of maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've got a load more submissions since we were last live.
We've had, what do you say? We've had over 30.
So we're at 29 now. But I've just looking through them. I think there's only one duplicate. But so we're at 28 officially.
Okay.
And I wonder I've also got one from New Type as well. So we're at 29, I think.
Plus we've both got to do a track from.
Plus we've got to both do a track, haven't we?
Each of us, but then we're not going to
fine.
we're just going to put them in because we feel that's our privilege to.
Yeah.
From making the compilation, we get to just enter our tracks in and surpass the voting.
What's the term for that? Like, I can't think of it. But yeah, I think that would be really good as well to like have one of our own pieces alongside it and do something for it. I've been finishing trying to finish a load of stuff recently, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Nice.
I'm trying to do 2 birds with one stone and make a track for an Artemis video and potentially use that for this.
Right, yeah, that sounds perfect. That kind of thing. Yeah. Cool. All right. Sorry, I'm feeling like slightly. There's a lot of windows open and stuff.
Just to get the bit of energy back into the day.
Yeah, and also like just make sure the volumes are all right and stuff like that. Hopefully it sounds all right for everyone.
I think I can see. I think my levels are good. If everyone can just say how it's sounding. Well, so what our plan today is just to get through as many as we can.
Yeah.
until we run out of. Until we can't really talk anymore, basically, is what usually happens.
Until our voices usually go, don't they? So I was thinking about this, and like if we can just like rapid fire as many as we can, that'd be the way to do it. And like kind of 3 points each, maybe for each thing, 3 points of feedback, or I don't know, not even count it, just see what happens.
We'll try and keep it as concise as we can. Sometimes you need a bit of a mental break just in between the tracks to sort of refire your.
Talk about plugins and
it's just something, but yeah, the visuals are looking good actually.
They look alright, don't they?
Yeah.
This is Botterchurn visualizer. I hope if I hover over it, it kind of ruins the effect, but I won't do that. I'll stay away from that side of the screen. And we'll just have the tunes up in SoundCloud. Then just gives something extra to look at. I won't full screen it because it's a bit intense sometimes.
Yeah.
So I don't think. Do you think we need to do an introduction? What this is about, George, or like really, it's just a follow-on from our stream?
Well, I think most people probably know by now, but if anyone who doesn't, we can do a little introduction. We're releasing, we're joining forces, Human Synthetics and Groovin in G, and releasing a compilation of all of our Patreons' music, or everyone who's sort of put their tracks forwards. And this is sort of phase 2, and what we're leading up to is a Patreon live stream where we're going to vote. We haven't actually decided how many tunes are going to be in it yet, which we'll probably talk after this.
Yeah.
But it'll be somewhere between 10 and 15, I would think.
Yes, I think that's great. That's a sweet number.
And so we've got 29 tracks here, so we're going to sort of put everyone's going to vote in the next one. And then we're going to decide the ones that make the final sort of cut. But this is just a feedback stream now. So everyone who's entered a track's got a couple more weeks to put some final touches to their tunes before that last sort of voting and final edit.
That was pretty good, George. I think you covered everything there.
Okay, perfect. Well, then maybe we're ready to dive into
We're ready to roll, aren't we? Have you got the spreadsheet? Have you got the spreadsheet there?
I've got nothing
I've got
open.
it open here.
I've got absolutely nothing. I've got my notes, but I haven't got. I didn't. Can I just click that link from Patreon to go into it?
Yeah, try this one. If you try this link, just
Oh,
so
if you send me one on WhatsApp.
You should be able to see it in real time.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay, that's handy.
Oh, I can see you're here. Sick. So, you see like prototype,
Yeah.
which is the one I've got lined up here. We've got 2 from prototype, so, and they're both the same. So I presume.
I would take the second one because.
Second one, yeah, cool. Let's delete that one then. All right. Okay, so this is one that I actually downloaded. You sent me the WeTrans, or the B Patrol sent me the WeTransfer for this one. So, yeah, we'll just go from there then.
Yeah, let's dive into it.
So this is B Patrol. The track's called Star Aligning, and I'll just read the notes that we've got here. So I'm an old school raver whose hearing is battered half. Got into production via COVID. I'm a shift worker with a young family, so I have to fit in production sessions as and when. I absolutely love it. I love the creativity because it's endless and I'm constantly learning. 94, I went to Brunel Rooms in Swindon. It was full on ragga jungle. I just couldn't connect with it. Then the last DJ of the night came on, LTJ Bookham. There was an instant connection and it restored my faith in the music. The music I make, I try and reflect those times, especially this tune. Usual production rabbit holes apply to me too. Compression mastering. Personally, I find writing bass lines difficult too. They're always the last element added to any tune I make. Hope you like the tune. So, interesting about the bass lines there.
Yeah, I get that question a lot actually about bass.
Do you really? Yeah.
I think maybe the problem is because they do it at the end. If you do leave it to the last thing, it's really hard to kind of fit it into the track.
Do you know, I actually kind of like doing that because I find that I can make like this kind of musical framework, and then the bass line can be really simple underneath it. It depends what you're doing, I suppose. It depends on
that maybe is the key though. Is it usually is much more simple than you think it needs to be.
Yeah,
Did I say that right? Yeah, if you overcomplicate the melody of the bass, especially because there's so much stuff happening in jungle, it just wants to be repetitive and kind of looping.
So true. Less is more. So, okay, I'm just going to load this up. It's probably going to play on Apple Music. Got sound, yeah?
Yeah, we're in.
Yeah, there we go. That was B Patrol with Star Aligning. So, do you want to go first, George? Shall
Yeah,
I
sure. That
go?
was a great one to kick us off with. I really like the chord like at the first downbeat when you got
Mm-hmm.
like sort of drums and bass, and it always reminds me of Secret Liaisons, that Source Direct track, which has such an amazing like hit, and it just carries the whole tune.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the breaks were awesome in that, and
Yeah.
actually you didn't like the bass was one of those um, kind of rolling bases where you didn't actually notice it too much, which is sort of what you want. It was like
Mm-hmm.
filling the space nicely, um, and it was just adding kind of weight. So I think the bass was actually done really well there.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I had some really lovely moments which I um, stood out to me, especially that chord bit, and then at the end where it had sort of the vocals, and then maybe there was two pads playing off each other. I really liked as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was just sort of rolling really well, wasn't it?
Yeah. 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 It almost sounded kind of like you had the intro section, which was almost like its own tune, really, before that kind of pad idea came in, and then
Mm.
the stars aligning sample came in. Um, so it kind of felt like the strong idea was that bit with the pad, and almost the bit before it, you could leave by the wayside, or just have a kind of a shorter intro into the bit where the pad came in and the vocal sample came in.
Yeah, I agree. It was almost like they had like a woodwind response, which I
Yes.
felt you could have had much less frequently, and so it was like the phrasing was almost too tight in the way you were looping the instruments, and you could
Hmm.
have spread it out more because there was a period where you just had the pad, like one
Hmm.
sustained pad note and the drums and bass playing, and it sounded really cool because it's kind of like an unanswered response, and it sounds really eerie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think it was just too much of maybe that woodwind one, so you could have done that maybe like a quarter as many times or something.
Yeah, I really like the breaks too. I thought that the foundation was really solid actually for the tune, and the bass line was totally working for me. I liked its simplicity. Um, and I don't think anything needs to be done with the breaks really. I thought they were sick actually, sounded really good, and actually leveled nicely against the bass. I thought the rhythm section, as it were, was really strong. Um, and that pad just kind of filled up the space around everything else. I think maybe some more melodic parts or some effects, some more one shots might be cool at points, especially as the track was rolling out, like kind of from the pad section onwards.
Yeah, they give you
Uh,
something extra for your ear to sort of jump onto.
mhm.
And actually, the thing about effects that I find is you don't have to look as hard to like find a whoosh sample that fits with your track. Generally,
Yeah,
the first one you put in sounds pretty good, so they're kind of an easy win.
yeah, 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 and like not even to spend too much time necessarily on that, but just to grab a handful that'll work in and see which ones stand the test of time, or listening back to it in a few days. Um, but it can really help propel the next, just a kind of like the rolling feeling of a tune where you've got 8 bars, 16 bars, and every 8 bars, every 16 bars, you're expecting it to come round again,
Mm.
and just a one shot here, one shot there, it can really like give it has more impact when it comes back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially a song like that where you're using different samples in different sections. You want something to bridge them a little bit smoother.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But overall, I thought that was really strong, um, and maybe just cut down that intro section.
Yeah, it was perfectly on theme for what we're going for with this compilation, really.
Yeah, spot on.
Um,
Uh,
so yeah, like actually the maybe the what we're trying to say is yeah, a few more effects and maybe just play with the arrangement of some of the instrument
yeah,
parts.
I've got B Patrol in the chat here. Have said thanks for the feedback. But yeah, I suppose one more final thing, and it's something that I spoke about last time, is like don't be afraid to completely remove the bass line and the drums, or at some point, like space and silence, particularly in jungle, is just can be so effective. You know, if you just cut everything out and just have the stars aligned vocal, I could see that being really effective. You know, in a club setting as well.
Yeah, it's almost like, I think because last time when you listen to all of these tracks together as one body of music almost, the ones that have silences jump out even more at you, like you're on a dance floor and someone's mixing and you like finally get it. Whereas when you do it yourself, you're like, it's not as important to have the silence because you're only listening to this one sound in track in isolation.
Yeah, so true. So I think the visualizer has stopped for some reason.
It's working for me, but what's it? Is it not? It's not progressing. It's
responding.
movement.
I don't think it's responding to the microphone.
It's just sort of doing its.
Yeah, it's just doing its.
If you hit, is there like a randomize button so you can change the?
That could be good, couldn't it? So you can just like select a preset, randomize next preset. Yeah. Anyway, okay. See if we can fix that as we go on. So that was that was our feedback on that Bee Patrol. I hope there was some useful stuff in there. I'll just highlight this off. Right, okay, we're on to Amalgam next. Noble Woods, the tune is
yes.
Called.
We had this last time. So this might be a new.
So I think we had Anonym last time.
Maybe this is something different.
Oh no, we did have this last time.
I think we did because I was yeah.
Okay, so this must be like an updated version, or like another version. It looks like we've got two of the same. Can you see like the ones?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see that we went through it last time, but we can't see. There's no writing with this one.
So I think that Amalgam is also Capellic underneath.
Okay. Oh, I see. Because it's the same track. So maybe play the most recently uploaded.
Cool. That's the one you're in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I updated this link actually. Capellic emailed me. So Capellic, if you're on, just like make sure we've got the right one. Let's just open it up here. Put it in here. Okay, right, that wasn't.
Okay. I might. This might be. Is Creative Blockhead, Capellic? Is this the same? I might have.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I think everyone's got like different handles to their artist names. I think Creative Blockhead is Kosu. Maybe, but I actually Capellic sent me a message on Patreon, so let me just pull that up and I'll put a link in there.
Creative Blockhead said that they are amalgam, but is amalgam is Capellic, and then Capellic we've been left down this path now.
Yeah, Capellic is on here, right? So I've got that one here. Let me just pull that up. Sorry for the dead air, folks. This is kind of, this is happening in real time. Right, I've got one here. This. Tell me if this is the right one. One day ago. So that looks right. Yeah?
Yeah.
And so this is Dolce Far Niente.
Okay.
How was that right?
Oh no, wait, hold on. So Creative Blockhead is saying that he or she is amalgam. Okay. But they don't know who Capellic is.
Right.
So,
okay.
So we got two. Maybe there's a link.
You know what I might have done? I might have just put the wrong link. I might have pasted it over because. Okay. If Creative Blockhead, could you like DM George or I, and we'll just make sure we play that one.
Let me go on my Patreon. Creative Blockhead. If you just send me a message on Patreon, I can then link to Alex.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. And we'll just roll with Capellic for now. I think this is my fault because I.
Creative Blockhead is now saying, "Who am I?" And we're not sure, to be honest, at this point.
Okay, this makes sense then. All right, so I mean, fair enough. Like people have like submitted again on the form for like updated tunes, which is fine. So the full field might be slower, but lesser. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway,
Okay.
we'll just carry on with the feedback, and then all this will come out in the wash. It'll be totally fine. So yeah, this tune is called Dolce Far Niente, and we do have some words on this. Hi, my name is Kai, and I'm located in Germany. I'm deeply inspired by the jungle and drum and bass of the 90s, including atmospheric and intelligent D&B. As I'm currently finishing up my first track in this subgenre, I was thrilled to read about your plans to start a label and release a compilation. Well, that's great too. So we feel the same. I immediately signed up for Patreon. I'm excited to submit my track for the compilation. I'm looking forward to your feedback and that of the Patreon/YouTube community. I hope the track is it's 8 minutes 32 seconds is not too long. Well, let's see. Let's just roll it now. Okay.
Imagine, for one day, that there is no script to follow. Imagine that every action you take is not being recorded in the book of destiny. How would you walk? How would you breathe? How would you look at the person beside you? You might find yourself moving more fluidly, speaking more gently, laughing more often, because without the weight of significance, you rediscover spontaneity. Life becomes a dance again, not a duty. And that, you see, is the secret. When you release the burden of seriousness, you don't lose meaning, you gain it. But it is a meaning born of freedom, not fear. It is the quiet significance that arises when you realize that being alive is already enough.
Yes, that was Capellic Dolce Far Niente.
Good effort with the naming of that one. What a great track, though. Do you want to take us away on this one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I completely agree. That was a great intro, great kind of setting the scene musically, great concept vibe. I like the arrangement. I like the melodic parts and the kind of call and response between those had a really great flow. all the samples were working really well for me against each other. Like the sample as well, that kind of, just gave it the human element. Um, Nice breaks as well, like nice rolling break, nice kind of textured sound as well. I thought maybe the bass could come up a little bit in volume overall, and maybe the release of the bass note as well. But really, it's kind of fine at how it is at the moment. Just like having a bit more tail on that bass on the 808 could be cool. It's kind of quite staccato, and just would help it like roll along a bit more in the low end.
A good trick on that, just before you continue, is to put it on polyphony on 1, or make the bass monophonic, so you can have release, but it gets cut off when you play the next bass note.
Yeah. Exactly that kind of thing. Almost like, using 808 kick, like a mono 808 kick sample. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you thought that as well, George, but I love the sparkly sounds, like the kind of ARP sounds that were happening. Really great, like timbre to that. I thought some of the volumes of these parts were a bit maybe too loud for me. Like particularly the sax was maybe just a bit in your face and could probably be a bit more in the distance, because it's quite a prominent sound, the saxophone anyway. So even if it's low in the mix, you're gonna recognize what it is, and I don't think it would detract from the vibe too much if you reduce the volume.
It had quite a lot of like live character anyway, so it would have
Yes.
sounded good pulled back a little bit, because you can still hear that come through. It's not sometimes with an emulation of a brass, it doesn't sound, you want to push it more because it sounds a bit fake. Yeah.
Good use of silence. Very, things were stripped right back at points. I like the switch where it had like the bongo dub out section. That was cool. Maybe the bongo was a bit too loud, and I think the kind of little new bit that you introduced at the end, for the sake of time, you could probably just cut that off. Don't know if it added anything. The tune was beautiful enough as it was without it.
Yeah, agreed. You kind of said everything you want to say almost for that song by the outro, and you could almost fade down, or just take the drums out, or sort of do more of a classic outro with the same parts rather than like another switch up.
Yeah.
But those are all kind of very small details on what was a really excellent tune with loads of lovely elements. I mean, this style is actually what I'm doing right at the moment, is this way Artemis produces, and you see it in a few other jungle artists, is like having lots of different motifs from samples or little bits of synth, all sort of playing off each other with call and response, to make your kind of passage or your phrasing. Rather than having like one instrument doing the whole melody, you do it through lots of different things.
Yeah.
And I love that style. It's so satisfying, I think, when you can pull it off really well, like what happened in this tune.
It just gives it like a real sense of momentum as well, like we were talking about with the previous tune, when you've got like this framework of call and response elements. A real sense of propulsion, I think, as the tune goes on.
Yeah, it's like a progressive style, isn't it? But it's quite unique to jungle. Like, you don't hear many other genres of music using this sort of same thing.
I think it must be a tempo thing, because it works really well at the tempo, because you kind of got that half time inherent in it. You've got like the 80 BPM, 85 BPM baked into it almost, that, and it probably wouldn't work quite the same in like techno or house, that type of thing.
No, you almost, I think because the tunes get carried so well with the drums and bass as well, you can get away with like having quite a lot of space in between your little motifs and the things you're saying.
Yeah,
that's where really the art is.
Yeah, for sure.
But I agreed with you on we were talking in the comments, but that bongo that came in a couple of times was a little bit too loud. But I actually think either the MIDI was a little bit off, but it sounded like it maybe was a sample or something. So maybe the start point could have been nudged a bit tighter.
Yeah.
Because it was a little bit too swung. And I think if you that was like actually the main element that I thought, if you just clean that up, it would have been a nearly, and like the few little arrangement things Alex touched on, I think that track, it's like 95% there, that tune. and I really love the sort of vibe and the progression. I mean, having an 8-minute, 30-second song that keeps your interest is a great achievement in itself.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, great effort, Kabelic, and be interesting to see if that makes it to the final cut. Cool.
On as we go.
Yeah,
I sent you
so-
this track from
Yeah.
Creative Blockhead.
I've got that one here, so we'll move on to that next. That is from Amalgam, Noble Woods.
Yeah.
So let me just line this up. Just put it over. Just get rid of these. All right, so I think we've heard the first iteration of this. This has like been adjusted since, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Are there any notes on this? No, no notes on this. So this is just a second go. Let's roll.
You might catch yourself sliding in and out of a blissful joy state after this is all over. If you do, just relax and enjoy it. It'll soon go away. But for now,
Very nice.
Agreed. It definitely felt a little. I'm not. It was hard to pick what exactly has been changed from the last one, but I think I've heard this maybe three or four times now, and it definitely feels the most cohesive version
Yeah.
so far. Just the way it progressed through the sections, all the sound selection's lovely, and I don't think you need to touch this tune anymore. Actually, from this point, any more would almost be going. You start going backwards a little bit, don't you?
Yeah. I think it would be like diminishing returns. Yeah, I agree. I think the intro is definitely more compact from memory, like, or it has been made more direct and to the point. It felt like that for me. Like we went into the action a lot smoother and a lot more what I'd kind of like to hear in a piece of music like this, or I like the almost like the build up. It wasn't a build up, but the breakdown before everything dropped in at the beginning was really effective. Again, going almost back to silence,
Yeah, it kept the momentum really well, didn't it? From the only one thing I actually had one bit of information or feedback where I thought it could have had like a bit of a whip into maybe the first or second drop, just a reverse snare or something to add more anticipation to that kind of because it was good, but it could have maybe had a little bit more. Is all I felt there. But actually, yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I wrote a similar note, like a cuts at the end of every 8-16 bars type thing, like where everything where things snap almost on the last beat and then it kicks back in, combined with something like a reverse snare or cymbal or something, can really give like a sense of impact, of subtle impact.
Yeah, it's funny. You need to you do need to emphasize those downbeats of like the main
the 4s, 8s, the 16s. Yeah,
yeah.
It's almost formulaic, but it isn't, because it's really effective musically. It's almost like a kind of arrangement. I do it all the time, and it's often like the last thing I go through a tune and kind of put in are these real dynamic bits.
Yeah, they just add a little bit of emotion. Like you don't even notice them, but you get more of like a rising or falling. Actually, Paradox would always make his first hits of the bar, like the kick, a little bit louder than all the other velocities of the notes, just to give that one a little bit more impact, very subtly.
I try and do that myself as well, from inspired by Paradox.
Yeah, once you learn a trick like that, you're like, oh, I'm going to take that with me and just put it into everything.
I just bake it in from the very first iteration of a tune. It's kind of like built into my drum programming now, is to always like have the impact slightly greater on that first hit. So someone just asked, are they programmed drums or a chop break? Future World Machines asked that. I guess
Creative Blocks in here.
in
Yeah, are they programmed drums or like a break
type of thing,
one shots?
It's a cool little loop going on, like that a lot.
Yeah, quite unique actually in the sort of style of the drums. Chop break.
Chop break. Cool. One thing I did think, George, and this could be a thing for Patreon, is something like this. I don't know if it's been mastered or not, but it would be a good like demo video I could just show what I would do to master a tune like that, just to get it up to a few notches in volume. I don't know if Creative Blockhead's done that already, but like I reckon you could push that a little, tastefully so for a master.
It felt like it could be. Maybe that's a good session. We could do a mastering together,
mixing and mastering kind of session.
It's quite good to take someone else's tune and then do it from that standpoint as well.
I think that could be a really good like demo video for people, and like one in perpetuity as well, is just mixing a couple of these tunes and mastering them, each of us or something. Yeah,
they Creative Blockhead says there's nothing on the master.
Yeah.
He or she has a mastered version. So you can hear that it could have been a bit louder and maybe a bit more sort of weighty and everything, but then the balance was good. So you actually
I thought the balance was lovely. Yeah.
That would be a cool. We'll have to figure out how to make that happen.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I'll put it in my notes.
So we've got. If you can see this, I think I'm just giving flagrantly wrong numbers here because I didn't look through the list. But I think there are quite a few new tunes as well here that haven't been. All right, so yeah, we're on to. This is Indo again, George. Yeah, aeroplane mode. Can you see that?
Yeah, I'm coming in. I'm here. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, cool.
I think Dougie C is in my chat.
Cool. So I'll just pull this in and just check the notes. This is a recent track I've completed over the bank holiday weekend. Liquid progression for chill D&B vibes. Looking forward to hearing what you think. Big ups. Okay, so this is airplane mode.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You are now free to move about the cabin.
go aeroplane mode.
There we go. I think, and I'm not sure if you agree or not, but actually, the bass in that, if you could have a clean sub layer and then maybe all the crispy sort of texture from the bass that was already in that tune, it would have given you a much sort of cleaner mix to work everything else around.
Yeah.
Because you could hear the bass, it had like lots of power maybe on the first note, and then when it started moving around, I think because it was quite distorted, it sort of sometimes would have no weight to it, but it would have like the tone.
Yeah. Is that what you were getting through your speakers as well, particularly?
Yeah, I could just hear, maybe because I don't know if you can hear it in headphones. You probably can hear better actually, can't you? The sort of power of the bass.
So yeah, I thought the low end was pretty good. But yeah, I did feel things were maybe pushed a little bit too much on like maybe the drums. I don't know if it was a master, like a limiter thing or a final master thing, but yeah, I thought the same thing ultimately.
Yeah, maybe it was a limiter on the master because the drums were definitely quite smashed. But from what I could hear, it's always hard to tell what an artist has done. But I actually really liked the tune. I thought all the elements were working really well together. So it was just more of a mixing thing where I think you could have made like a couple of fixes. Mostly just if you can control the bass bit a bit better, I think everything else will fit easier, and you won't have to sort of push everything so hard into a limiter.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I love the bass line. Kind of was giving me like mid noughties, logistics vibes.
It was like that. It was like really simple and effective, and like catchy
vibes.
tune.
Yeah, and like I liked all the melodic parts and like the samples that were happening as well, especially as the tune went on and stuff. I like that hip hop lead that came in at the end. That was pretty cool.
It progressed well. The vocal of like the airplane taking off is kind of classic, but always lands pretty well with the like. With the style.
Vocal sample was cool.
It was really cool.
I guess when you're doing these when you do push things quite a lot, and it's like the trade-off between making something slap and then also having like a sense of space and depth is that there's not much room for like reverb and a sense of space to a tune when you're pushing things quite hard. And I think even the hardest tunes, even like noisier track has got reverb. You can hear a sense of depth and space to all of the stuff in it, I think, and you sacrifice that a bit when things are pushed a little bit hard. Particularly on that hip hop lead, like a bit of a spacious reverb might be really cool. Just really lift the tune up for the last couple of minutes.
It's hard to hear on your own music when you get to the mastering stage, especially if you do it after the mixing session or after a production session. You go and do an hour's mastering.
Yeah, it's almost impossible actually. I think you need, if you're going to do that, you like have to just do a mastering session and then not listen to it for a day or two.
It's the best way. Like bounce out the waveform, the stereo track of your whole thing, and then just bring it into a new project and just do the mastering in there. And you actually, I guess, one thing you really want to listen to is what we're picking up with our ears, like the drums being a little harsh, maybe the bass being a bit distorted. Like those are things that happen when you push a master too much. So you just want to dial it back from there.
Or like a saturator on particularly if you like use any kind of saturation on the master bus, it's so easy to overdo it. I do it all the time. I did it for years and years where I'd listen back to tunes that I'd mastered myself, and it's like I'd destroyed it. Because
you have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So yeah, I've done it many times, many hundreds of times.
It actually makes it quite. I used to find it quite scary getting to the master because I was like, I had a song that I quite liked, and I knew I was probably going to butcher it in the mastering stage, and it was like it's going to go downhill from there. But you sort of have to push through that period,
I think
don't
it's
you?
it's the fallacy slightly that like you can fix what isn't working in the music, and it's often like a mastering issue is just a music issue. From my experience of doing my own stuff and occasional bits for other people, that's just what I've found from experience.
Yeah, most of it is done, like even in the arrangement of the track is like where if you have a respace and a amen and whatever, you can't master that to be super loud. I mean, maybe you have to make some big sacrifices if you do, because those elements have so many frequencies in them. So even your choice of instruments, like everything sort of plays into how you mix and master your tune.
Yeah, so true. All right, gauge system. Okay. So yeah, hope that was useful, Indo, and all of this feedback will be followed up in writing, George. Yeah.
Yes, we do a Patreon post where we sort of put all of our notes
Yeah.
that we make during this, just so everyone can sort of see if they miss it as well.
Yeah, I'm making slightly more in-depth notes than I did last time. So, yeah, okay. That was Airplane Mode by Indo, and let's move on to the next one, George.
Yeah, let's roll on. We've got
so this is dramatic, and this one's called Selector. We've already had.
I'm gonna get some tea while you're introducing this.
Sure, yeah, sure. Mr. Grooves, I saw you said earlier on in the chat you got something 70% done but ran out of time. Sorry to hear that. There will be a next time. Gauge system, how we doing? Nice to see you on. So the next one we've got coming up, drum. No notes on this one. Let's just fire this up. Yeah, pretty good, thank you. Pretty good. I have got some notes to send you on what we were talking about. Sorry, it's been busy lately.
Cool.
I find myself saying that all the time. Yeah, Mr. Grooves, it'd be great to hear one from you next time.
Ready to roll?
Yes. Okay, so this is Selector Dramatic. There's no notes on this one, so we'll just roll with it and see what happens. Sorry, I'm getting flack in the chat.
Sick.
Very nice. That was Dramatic Selector. So, shall I go first on this one,
Yeah,
George?
take it away.
So I didn't have too much to say really about this because it's quite like I liked the simplicity. I thought the foundation was really good. Nice rolling bass line. I liked that it varied for that second drop, just like another note, kind of every 4 bars or whatever it was. And like the vocal samples, the drums are really working well. I think maybe I like the chordal stab thing, but it would be nice to hear some like effects on that, some like to give it some space and stuff like that. It sounded like a bit like a dub, like a kind of dub stab or something, like a horn stab or a guitar stab. And yeah, I think there's loads of room to like affect that quite heavily and just like mess around with feedback and stuff and get some really interesting spatial effects from it. And I feel like that would actually help fill in the kind of atmosphere of the tune a bit more, because I felt like the what's often the hardest bit, like the drums and the bass, was really solid. And I guess the only other it would be nice to maybe hear a bit more of a build up, particularly in the intro. Maybe, but I know that intros tend to just be quite short and effective now. Stylistically, it's kind of just become more prominent. I suppose you got a bit of that in the breakdown, but it'd be great to hear some more of that, some more drama and some build-ups and stuff. Just with all the usual stuff, risers, reverse cymbals.
Yeah, riser. It sort of
fills,
felt like it needed
etc.
like a siren riser or something, didn't it?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, like a dub siren.
There's a good one from a
riser.
Kill Bill, Kill Bill Volume 1 maybe. There's a really recognizable siren, which I think would have worked really
where's
well.
that?
It's I don't know. It's in Uma Thurman. Is it Uma Thurman or something like that?
Yeah, is it like is it a dub siren? Is it?
Yeah, it goes like up and down.
Right.
Is it a Quentin Tarantino movie? I can't even remember.
It is.
It is. Yeah. It's
is,
like
yeah,
when
yeah.
she's got the sword and she's about to take them all down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Something like that would be really
Drama,
effective. Or just
yeah.
like. I mean, I feel like dub sirens are kind of done to death a little bit, aren't they? But like the equivalent of a dub siren, if you could deconstruct the form and just take the concept of what a dub siren is and do something that's like it, that would work.
Yeah, you can do
that would
something
work
original
really
because risers are basically just rising in energy or in pitch or in frequency or in reverb or in
Yeah.
whatever it is, or in filter settings. So you just have to sort of make everything go from low to high.
0 to 100. Yeah.
That's basically the essence of making your own sounding risers.
Yeah.
But,
Absolutely.
I actually was going to continue talking about the point you made with. I thought there was such a cool, like minimal drop with the drums and bass that was so effective.
It was heavy.
It's
Yeah, it
actually
was
like a
really
playground.
effective.
It's such a good place to be when you're making a track, when you have that sort of power and weight in your drop.
Mm-hmm.
That doing what you said, and like taking one of those dub stabs and then playing with the feedback on the delay and the timing of the delay sometimes to make it pitch up and down. That's like what all the dub tricks are basically taking a delay and then phasing it and sort of manipulating it in different ways. It's actually really fun to do.
Yeah, I often just dub out stuff like that, or just take one part. Those stabs are ideal, and then I just like map a few things on my controller or something, and then I'll just record like me messing with the feedback and maybe the timing and stuff as well.
It will be you got to do like a live recording,
Yeah,
and
it
you'll
always
do a
works
really
better
good
that
take
way.
usually on the first one, and then half an hour later you're still there like banging knobs and you're like, I can't quite get the one.
It's good when it's a bit loose sometimes, you know what I mean? It's not. I like it when delays are really locked to the grid sometimes too, but then I also like it when they slip in and out a bit. It can be really good. You can get really unexpected results.
They want to lock and then fade and do something cool at the end.
Filtering's
yeah.
quite effective in that.
Yeah,
respect.
filtering's really cool to make it almost like a woodwind that then has like a little pitch drop at the end to makes it sound much more natural.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought the bass could be a little bit louder, maybe 1 dB or 2.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I thought could come up a little. I thought the drums were fine, like the low end in the break itself.
But yeah, I mean, I thought the switch ups and the different sections were really effective. Like there was a synth that had sort of automation that made it build in energy with like more release or maybe more filtering, and then you would hit the drop, which is another really cool way of basically doing what like a riser does. So there was a little bit of that happening, but maybe you could just emphasize that a bit more. And that was it really. I thought the track was pretty much club ready, with a few more things, but it was really well done.
I think a lot of the dramatic stuff it's kind of sounds like well put together, you know. All right, but we're on to Stupid now. Is the artist name, and the track is called See Me, and got some notes on this one. Well, it's one of my first in this break/atmospheric vibe. Would love feedback, so we can do that.
That was an interesting one, actually.
Very nice.
I liked it. It was lots of cool ideas, as someone said in my chat. Actually, some of the little some of the edits that were happening at the end, and there was like a little left to the right panning thing, sounded really cool. But I think maybe it was like the bit of the structure. It could have broken down more in the breakdown to sort of take the energy down more. And then maybe just a bit of filtering on that main pad, just to control the emotion. You could have filtered it down like at the end of the phrases and then brought it back up a little bit more, and just to keep things moving a little bit more.
I agree on that. That's kind of like we were talking about going through and adding those little last finishing touches. I feel like automation on a pad or automation on parts is something I often do like right at the end. It depends really, but it can really add a sense of an organic feeling to the tune. I think this would benefit from that. But I really like the vibe, kind of like the chords. and the what the harmony was doing, like the chord progression, kind of like the choice of the break as well. That was pretty cool. It kind of had a bit of a lo-fi flavor to it.
It was a bit of like a breakbeaty DJ
Yeah.
Shadow-esque style, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I thought again it was maybe a question of things being pushed a little bit hard, whether that's on the master or whether that was on the drums itself. It kind of sounded like it might have been on the master.
You could hear it ducking. I think it might have even been something else, but it was almost in the second half of the track where the kick hit, everything sort of duck out for the kick. Or maybe the pad did, but it was a little bit too obvious. You sort of want those things happening behind the scenes to make space, but not so much you hear like a dip sort of coming in.
Yeah.
But a compressor can do that, can't it, when you hit it too hard?
Yeah. It can just cause things to duck. It's like when you push things too hard on a limiter, and then it's like it's all bouncing around whatever the loudest sound is, you know, like ducking around it. But
actually, lots of great ideas.
I think just maybe take what you've got and like pull it out a bit longer. Maybe just take more of it out at different points. You know what I mean? Like patchwork it a bit more visually.
Yeah, because the breaks and the bass were really strong, and you could have just had a bit more minimal sort of drums and bass rolling, maybe in the second half of the tune, and then brought everything back in nicely with the sort of pad to take you away.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it was like I think it was actually a really strong effort, with lots of good things in it. Just a few arrangement things would have taken it to the next level.
Yeah. You could always just like work the arrangement you got. Maybe add on. Well, just take some of it out, like and add some automation. That would be a cool point.
That being said, having a 2-minute 30-second track is no bad thing, and if we have some 8 or 9-minute tracks and then some 2-minute ones, maybe it balances it back out nicely.
I think that's fine. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Right, nice. Yeah, well, nice
I think that was pretty good for that one. It was a shorter track, so we were,
No, I just absolutely. It's good. This means we can crack on. So, Lego Island DJ.
Lego Island DJ.
Saltiverse on Twitch, and YouTube. Is that right? Solityverse. Thanks. Yeah. So this is a Patreon only feedback session we're doing at the moment, but I'm always surprised by how popular the feedback streams are. So. And I always say I'm going to do more of them, or
we're doing quite well now, though. We've had 2 in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I get quite a lot on Discord as well. I don't know if you do as well, George, on your Discord, but when I've got a couple of free hours one Saturday afternoon or something, I'm just going to go live and just get through as many as I can. I think. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm
all your people sending you sort of tunes for feedback on.
Yeah, or just like sharing them, and then lots of other people do give feedback as well, like lots of people on Discord. But I feel like it would just be a nice thing to do. I would love to do it to kind of just for everyone that's posted stuff on there, kind of just do a bit of a live thing.
It's a good process. What you realise, I think, is you want to be sharing your music, especially if you're a beginner, but even if you're not, you want to share it with other musicians who are on a similar path to you, because when you show your mates who only are listening to like finished polished songs, they don't quite understand that what's the sort of stage you're at, or they can't hear the potential in your music as much as other artists I think can.
For sure, it's about feedback from the right places is critical in one's artistic journey, and I'm reminded of like playing stuff to my dad and him just not getting it, and just saying it sounds like Jean-Michel Jarre or something to all of it, which is
my
which
dad
is fine,
still
but...
my dad calls me and says he watches my videos every now and again in the bathtub, and he's like, I don't understand a word you're saying, because I'm obviously just talking about re-noise and production garbage, and he's like, you could be speaking another language, but at least you're saying it nicely, I'm like, thanks, Dad.
Yeah, exactly that. And so it's about getting feedback from the right places, and other producers are a great place to start. So, but yeah, they're always really popular. Um, okay, so we're on to Lego Island DJ, and this one's called Swimming Pool. Great title. Love track names like that. Been sitting on this tune for over a year now. Just curious to hear your thoughts. We'll most likely try to find the project file to play with some of the drum sequencing or something in the B section a bit. Okay, so Lego Island DJ I've heard lots from before, and it's a real mixed bag to be honest. So okay. Oh, sorry. Yes, very nice. That was Lego Island DJ Swimming Pool. A lot of love in the chat for the breaks in that one for me, George. Don't know
Lots
how it
of
is.
break technique going on there. There was obviously some swapping, some layering, some sort of pitching going on, lots of whips. It was really a good demonstration in technical break chopping.
It was almost like IDM, really kind of esque.
Yes, but
Break
I think
work.
probably the main point is that I felt is that it was so what am I trying to say? I think the artist got so carried away with the break chopping that they forgot to add maybe a bit of silence or like a proper breakdown or just giving you like a release, because especially when you have really choppy breaks, I think even more so you need to contrast that with nothing or some more minimal stuff in your arrangement, and then that in turn I think gives like more power and it makes it more catchy when you come back to the breaks again.
Yeah. Some like silence and some more dynamics in that sense.
Yeah, like at 340 there was just a hi-hat I think playing an eighth note with the sort of pads and stuff, and it was lovely. It was like I was waiting for that sort of section earlier in the tune. I think it would have really helped sort of sell the idea a bit better. But the elements, there was also some nice dubby chords at the end as well, I heard, which could have maybe come in a bit earlier.
I thought there was like we were just talking about the kind of dub style effects and stuff, and that was kind of evident here. That was kind of a good example of it in some places, and it was a really nice foil or contrast to the kind of breaks and the bass line going on. Just because I don't know, when I'm making tunes, I like to think of, you've got all these concentric circles or all these things are moving around. These circles that are moving around at different
Speeds,
it's
rates.
almost like different rates. Yeah, thank you. It's almost like like the solar system or something. You've got some things going very quickly, and then some things on a slower orbit and a much slower orbit. And I think that's kind of a bit of a secret to music as well, is that you need a sense of different rates of parts at points, to kind of give you
It's a really good point.
musical depth.
Yeah, it's like you have things looping at different sort of rates. So some are 1 bar, some are
exactly.
4 bars, some are longer, and then you also have like some instruments that are more staccato and some that are more like longer programmed, and you sort of mix all of those things together. But you can't have too many of the same types.
Of course, because then there'd be planets would crash into one another.
Chaos ensues, which is what
chaos would
yeah.
ensue, and that's good at points. But I think, for like musical musical effectiveness, you often want some kind of continuity, and I thought this had quite good flow for all the different sections and parts that were coming in. Although it was quite interesting in its switches at points, but it had a sense of occasion throughout. I thought that was quite good. It didn't feel like there were too many ideas in it, if you know what I mean. Maybe just the breaks were like chopped to the nth degree.
Yeah, you almost don't like. I think that's because that's what the style of song was. I don't know if you want to like rein the breaks back in, but you could mess with it sort of a bit more in the arrangement, and give your breaks that is a break from it a bit more. Also, I agree with you that the cohesion of the song, like the sound selection, was really good, but some more defined sections again, like just the stuff we always go back to. That I think they're really easy things, aren't they?
I think we should do, maybe another idea is like you and I do like a recap of all the things that come up again and again, kind of like, because I feel like they're really good foundational concepts for whatever music you're making, the dynamics, tension, release, all of this stuff. Idea for another time.
Definitely, because you come to those things. I'm the same as you. I write my track like I would get to this point, and then I would go and add the transitional stuff at the end.
Yeah. I almost block the color out in one. You know, I like, and then I start to chip away.
Because it's a different thing. It's not it is creative, but it's not the same as making, like, producing the melody or something. You know, your brain's
No.
almost working in a slightly different way,
Yeah, it's more construction based,
like editing based than it is.
editing. It's
Yeah.
more editor role. Yeah. Um, should we take 5 before we move on to
Yeah.
the next batch?
We
So
can
I'm
have
just gonna
a drinks break.
have a comfort break. All right, folks. We'll see in a sec. I'll just put my camera off while I do
Yeah,
this.
I've got to hold.
Stop. Just thinking of you, Grace, and new type as well. How are we doing, George?
Doing very well, thank you. I've got a fresh cup of tea and I'm ready to roll.
Ready to rock?
I certainly am. We've got quite a few tracks to get through looking at them.
Yeah, so I was just saying, like, I wonder if it's worth just doing a bit of a roll call and and maybe just going with, like, who's next on the list and playing to the people that are in the chat.
Yeah, if we just do maybe 3 or 4 more.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna go through all of them in the final
Again.
Patreon video live stream.
Yeah.
So
if I call off, like, if I roll call the names and people can shout out if they're here, and then we'll play their tune, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Prototype is next. Prototype, are you in George's chat or my chat? Prototype. Classic L's is the tune. Alright, next up is Williams Mix, and the tune is called Ambi. Williams Mix. Glad to see you've submitted. I know we've spoken in the past, but Williams Mix, are you in the chat at the moment? Teedle. Kind of wouldn't mind hearing the Teedle tune, but I don't think Teedle's on because they'd say hi. Rave Def 1993. Waiting for the Storm. Trident Mysteries. Some good titles here. Aquarelle, I saw you in the chat earlier. Are you still in the chat? Aquarelle. Track's called Lumos. Aquarelle, if you're in the chat, let me know. Okay, then we've got... Someone said feels like school.
It feels like because you get no response. You're like, is anyone out there? And there's like silence, you know.
No, yeah. So I know that Axwax isn't in the chat. I'm pretty sure. Salu is in the chat. So Salu, Grace, and New Type are all in the chat.
Well,
so
maybe let's play from the reverse back then, and then play sort of up to
Sure.
Aquarelle or something.
All right, cool. So we'll go with Grace then, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Grace, you're up. This tune is called Syrup.
Oh, we've got Axwax is in my chat. Okay, yeah, perfect.
Oh, is Axwax in your chat? Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, that's fine. So if we, I know that New Type's in mind. So if we maybe do those 4.
Yeah, perfect.
George, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
As many as we can. Cool. It's called Syrup. Not sure about the Apache break is the only comment we've got on that. So if you want to elaborate any further, Grace. Oh, it's moved. It's not there. I don't think I've had another one since. All right. Okay. You'll ping it over by WhatsApp? Or? That'll be fine. All right, maybe we'll just jump to Salu while Grace sends that to me. Yeah, Forever this one's called. First tune, almost finished for a long time. Need to do another pass over it. Got some ideas to finish it off. So, Rack is Forever. I've just got what Grace was saying here, sir. Like, Grace, have you got a fresh link? Because that one's dead, the one that I've got here. Track was not found. If you can WhatsApp that to me. All right, sorry, George.
Sorry?
lush.
Yeah, it was like, it was a very emotive tune. The strings really sort of landed it home, but it's made you feel, didn't it? It was just one of those tracks that had something in it that sort of drew you out.
I think like I really like so I've heard this before, this tune, and I really like the bass line, like the kind of it's moving quite a lot between. It's almost got a sense of melody to it, you know, and I love bass lines that do that, where they're kind of really rolling and they're almost like cascading in a way. And when you've got a bass line like that, it does a lot of the heavy lifting emotionally for the tune, you know, and then really the atmospheres that sit on top can do relatively little and kind of color the tune, you know.
Yeah, the bass is the
subtly.
progression.
Yeah, exactly, and you know, when some tunes where you've just got more of like a shorter loop bass line, you rely more on the parts around it. But this was, you know, that's kind of the track for me here, and
I actually thought
maybe
it could have had. Sorry to cut in, but
No,
just
no,
on
go
the
ahead,
on
go
the
ahead,
bass
George.
thing, I felt at times it could have really used like a bit of a distorted bass layer, maybe just to take you as like a response to everything it was saying, you know, to kind of cut through, because it's so
Like a
nice and
tear
flowing. It
kind of
almost
thing.
wants a bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And yeah, like Salou said in my chat, I need to sort the second half out a bit more, but it's not far out, I don't think. And yeah, I completely agree. I think maybe another couple of hours on that would get it to a state where it was done, really.
Yeah, it just wanted. Someone said in my chat, and I agreed. But where it dropped to being a little bit more minimal, it was really satisfying. But it actually almost wanted one more element of something just to sell the idea. It could even be just like a ride layer or a percussion layer. You don't have to think too deep harmonically. Just to make it a little bit more sort of interesting,
Like a sizzle almost of sorts.
Yeah. But apart from that, it was very, you know, it's actually a great tune. I really liked
Yeah,
it.
love the strings that come in.
Yeah.
Like that.
Strings in the pad. There were lots of nice layers and textures in the pad. Like you could hear like a vocal thing kind of coming in every now and again.
Yeah.
Really well
Yeah.
done.
Nice one. That was Salou Forever. So, yeah, Gracia sent me a new link, and I've got Aquarelle in the chat here as well. So, yeah, we'll just push on, see how many more we can do.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so Gracia said, this is Syrup, not sure about the Apache break. Did you make this live on stream, Grace? This tune? Let's go. Very nice.
Very, very nice. Yeah, had a real good old school flavour, didn't it, that one?
Sweet like syrup. Yeah, that was greyish.
Good, very strong mix there.
Yeah.
And the drops were powerful. It sort of had lots of little production touches. I thought really fed into the whole idea that were, like little drum rolls or fills or like break swaps that were just executed really well.
Like where the Fink break, there were quite a lot of edits on when the Fink was happening. But then, oh no, sorry, it was the Hot Pants. Yeah.
Mhm.
Was it Hot Pants? Yeah, and then like, but at the end of like every 8 bars, the second snare came in. Do you know what I mean? Like it was the Hot Pants, wasn't it?
That's Apache.
No, it's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second snare in the Fink
It is
break,
Hot Pants.
Yeah, it is Hot Pants, isn't it?
Hot Pants can be really chilled, or you can process it like this and actually make it quite punchy.
Yeah. But that second snare was like really, really effective when it was coming in. Really nice little edit. But yeah, definitely like really like kind of classic old school flavors. Kind of atmospheric at points, but also quite ragga, I guess you'd say, bits as well, especially with that resonant bass line that was coming in.
It was like a flip to like an acidy bass, wasn't it?
Yeah, squelchy bass.
It was a cool idea. It was like, as I was listening to this track, it made me think back to when I was first started making music, because I thought it was like Grace really saw the initial idea through to the end really well without trying to reinvent it too much and like throw other elements in. It was like, what can I do cleverly with what I have?
Yeah, it wasn't. There wasn't too many ideas competing in it. I thought the Apache worked well.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it was dope.
Personally, I didn't pick up anything that wasn't like kind of seamless with the rest of the tune. And nice to hear a bit of a terror, I suppose, compared to a lot of the other stuff we've had, which has definitely been more atmospheric.
We can build up to this in the compilation. Well, if it makes it in, if they vote it in, but it would be a good one to put towards the end.
Well, I thought that amalgam, is it? Yeah. The Noble Woods. That tune would be a great ender, I thought. Anyway, but like the slower breakbeat one we were listening to, that'd be a great ending for the compilation. But yeah, it's all down to voting, isn't it? So
yeah, then we can build the arc of the whole thing. It'll be fun.
Yeah, the power. It's a Fink and Hot Pants layered together, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So you can't even really tell, which shows that it's been done masterfully.
Yeah, it was the balance was really good. I don't think you pushed the master too much. Grace was saying he was concerned that you might have done that, but I think it was actually quite tasteful, all of it. It can be easy to overcook the bass a little bit, volume-wise. I definitely find sometimes where I take my tunes and listen to them on a big system, I've just got the bass a little bit loud, maybe.
Sometimes a bit too much saturation. It's like just one or two extra on the like dial, isn't it? That sort of takes it there.
Well, you can just go to the club and it literally is like an earthquake,
It's because you fatigue your ears when you're producing, and then you want that extra, and then actually, if you listen to it fresh,
it's like being kind of stampeded by. Not saying that was the hit. I'm talking about my own experience where the bass is too loud, and I go and listen, and it's like being hit. It's like hitting a wall,
All you hear is bass.
Yeah, just bass, nothing else. Okay, so should we go on to Axwax next?
Yeah, we've got two more now, haven't we?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind listening to new.
Oh, so maybe three.
Yeah, is
Okay,
that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's push on then. This is a very spontaneous last-minute submission of a pretty unmixed track and quite rough around the edges, especially the bass end. Any feedback is much appreciated. This is Axwax Raw Magic. The tune is called. So I think it's on a slightly different platform here. Hopefully this will play back all right. swax. Shall I run with this one, George? Or do
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
start?
Oh, I'm a bit glitchy. Yeah, far away.
Okay. Like sorry, like um the breaks almost had like a kind of interesting spatial I don't know, it was like the way they like maybe like a bit rate thing, bit depth thing. Like if they sounded really crunchy and but then also slightly distant. Um, I kind of like the arrangement and progression, and like the overall mood and vibe of the track, and maybe like acting there with this that it's there's still maybe some more work to be done to carve out some sections and kind of create some space because the bass line just kind of rolls the whole way through.
Mm.
But I like the bass line, I kind of like the tone of it, I like the breaks, and there was some really effective like kind of beginnings of and endings of like the sections, or you could hear that could be possible if you just took the bass line out. And I like the way it kind of built up as we went through the track. You know, it felt like there was a sense of journey or progression to it.
Yeah, it really came
And it had
together at
kind
the
of
end,
like
didn't
quite
it?
unique elements, and yeah, yeah.
So go on.
But yeah, that was it really.
Oh, sorry, I'm glitching out a little bit, so
Feedback.
I was trying to cut in at the right time, but I sort of mistimed it.
That's okay. That's okay. I can carry on. I can
No, no,
carry
no.
on.
I can think I can talk. I just can't. When you're talking, it's like a little bit glitchy for some reason. It might be the visualizer, but I'm not sure why.
Do you want me to stop? Do you want me to stop?
Yeah, maybe
I can
try a
pop it. We
different
can stop
preset.
it. How's that? Is that
Uh,
better?
I think it might be. Okay, we'll just carry on. It's not too bad.
Test one. Test one.
Check
Let's just
one.
carry
Check
on.
one.
It's fine.
Um, the yeah,
You're
it
fine
all
for
came
me.
together
You're
like when
fine
all
for
the
me.
elements were playing at the end. I actually really sort of liked the progression and like the destination was a nice place to land at. But as you said, the bass,
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought was it an organ sample maybe of the tremoloed organ, the lead.
Yeah, or like a Wurlitzer type
Maybe it was more like
thing.
a Wurlitzer. Yeah, I thought it sort of clashed with the bass quite a lot, and maybe you could have used a more sustained bass there and kind of switched it up,
Mm-hmm.
or even just more root notes. Oh, I think I've lost him. Is this a
Yeah,
zoom?
yeah.
Okay, your screen has glitched, but I can hear you.
You're still here for me.
Okay, that's good. Shall I just carry on talking? Yeah, I think
Okay. No, I'm getting a bit of a poor. Yep, just roll, just roll.
um, and so I thought you could have used maybe just flipping the bass up there would have helped because the bass it worked really well for maybe a phrase or two, and then it was just a little bit too repetitive, um, in what it was doing. So adding space as well and silence and maybe a breakdown, um, I think would have given your ears a little bit of a break from that. But the raw breaks with the effects, I thought had a really good tone, and the sort of layering with the breaks was really solid. Um, and it was a cool track. It just wanted a few little touches, like at most of these things, to sort of take it to the final, to the next level. Um, yeah, that's mostly what I have actually. I've sort of got 6 notes here, and they're all talking about the bass. So that was probably my main thing that I was focusing on. Is this working?
Have you got me at all, George?
I can hear
Have I
you, but
gone?
you sounded like I've been talking all this time.
You can hear me.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. I heard all of it.
Okay, good. That's something.
I'm checking my upload speed because I've got a bit of a poor connection. It could be the weather. It's chucking it down here at the moment.
I thought about raining in
Um,
London, but it about 20 minutes ago, but it hasn't. I've got a good connection, so it might be. Oh, is it? Can you see on your YouTube thing? Oh,
yeah, it's giving me like poor. My speed is okay. Hopefully it will sort itself out.
we'll give it a minute or two, but
Um, Okay, yeah, it looks like mine's stabilized a little bit. It's saying good now.
Okay.
We'll see how we get on because we could always call it there if we don't get time.
Well, we had what do we have? Two more to play, but then um,
Hmm.
I think we just plow through the
See
technical
what
problems, don't
happens.
we?
Yeah, man.
We can hear each other, so that's what's
If in
important.
doubt, carry on. Yeah. Um. So if we give it a second, we're just going to give it a second, folks. How are we looking now? Thanks everyone for your
Yeah, you're still
um,
glitching a bit. Definitely the video is, but I can hear the voice coming through better.
still glitching. You're fine for me.
Um, well,
Okay. I'm gonna
I could.
just be
It might be a
test.
Zoom thing.
Yeah.
Is your YouTube saying what's
Well,
your connection?
it's my stream is yeah, it's not not liking it for some reason.
Um,
They can hear us both. The chat say to me. So
the only problem was
what we
the
could do,
tunes were
George, is we
glitching a
could
little
just
bit.
turn our cameras off, or I can. Were they okay? Oh shit!
Not
My
too
stream's just
badly,
ended.
but just a little bit. Why don't we play one more and see what happens? And if it fails, then that'll be it. Hello, Earth to Alex. I think I've lost him. Unless he's resetting. No, you're back.
I'm back.
Okay, we fully lost you there for a second.
So it looks like I don't know what YouTube is doing.
His Zoom ended. Is your YouTube finished?
So it looks like the output from my streaming software is okay, but YouTube is just not. New type. I'm running a wireless connection.
Ah,
I know this is.
fatal. So am I, to be honest. So am I.
This is it. This is it. The end of my streaming career. Do you know, normally it's totally fine. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird time of night to run into problems because everyone's sort of it's not peak hour anymore, is
It
it?
should be fine.
Yeah,
I pay enough for this.
yeah, to have super internet all the time.
Super internet, man. There okay. It seems fine now. Okay, maybe if we can just wait just a touch longer. Um, Stop getting pauses. Okay, it's excellent again now. It's
Oh,
saying,
I think
how's
we're
that
back.
for you,
You actually
George?
look normal again. Not that you know didn't look normal, but the screen was glitching.
I don't look normal. It's fine. Yeah. No, okay. Cool. All right. Well, let's forego the visualizer just in case. I think it was fine. I think it was actually
An internet problem.
a connection thing, an internet thing. My problem is I just don't look normal. Right. Okay. So we did Axe Wax, and I think you were saying all your feedback was on the bass, and
Yes, I'm not sure how much you heard of my spiel on the bass, but I sort of
I heard
hear.
all, all of it. Yeah, you fine for me. Am I not fine now anymore?
No, you glitched again. This is like one of those terrible Zoom meetings when you're trying to talk about something important and nothing seems to
Yeah.
work.
Can both send a receipt. So it's more stable. It should yeah.
It got better for a second. Someone's saying they think it's your tabs, but I don't
Do you
think so.
think?
Oh,
Too
well,
many
like taking up
tabs?
more internet.
It's possible. I don't. I haven't got that many open really.
Yeah,
I would say occasionally this happens.
this is your bandwidth.
Um, and I don't know why. It's absolutely hammering it down in Birmingham, and sometimes I don't know. I'm just doing a speed test thing. How is this for you now, George? Terrible still.
It's
Or still
it's
glitchy?
most okay, but the voice does crackle every now and again, and just cut out.
What we could do is we could the session now and maybe work out a way to continue it.
I think because there's no point. I reckon rather we're going to be sat here sort of talking to ourselves on Zoom for 20 minutes, aren't we? We've got, well, we had 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 we didn't do.
All right.
We had 7 tracks, so maybe we can try and we could put those ones at the start of the Patreon session. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Why
come
don't
first.
I give you a call now, George, on the phone?
Okay. Should we cancel our Zooms though? Should we just end the session? I think we've got to call it, haven't we?
Yeah, we'll just end Zoom now.
Okay.
Sorry, folks.
Thank you
This
for everyone who
happens
stuck around. Sorry for the
from time to
connection
time.
issues at the end here, but these just what happens really. I'll talk to Alex, but we
Yeah.
will either be back with another YouTube, depending if we have time, or we'll go straight for the Patreon live stream, which will be later in June. I think in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to do the big vote over on Patreon. So we'll catch you all then.
Thanks, folks. Thanks for all the tunes. Sorry about the technical issues. Speak again soon. Thank you very much.
See you.